Hi, Barbie.
I really am just going to start saying hi, Barbie to people.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie. I love it.
What if I'm a Ken and a Barbie?
Yeah, you're a Carbie.
Look at this gorgeous motif.
They should have a they them Barbie for sure.
Yeah, you know,
a gender neutral.
That was like the first thing I thought, and then I was like, we can handle one issue at a time.
Oh yeah, I mean in the movie. I just mean in general. We could stand to have that. But I loved the Barbie movie.
Yeah, should we just do you want to get right into it?
Well, yeah, we're doing a catch up today. Just straight off the top, I have my period real bad, and do I have a sinus infection? I don't know.
It's a bad one.
Something is up.
It's a bad one.
And
Venus is in retrograde.
Well, my Venus is in retrograde, and I feel like absolute balls. So I am high as a kite. I am literally so blazed right now. This is the most blazed I have ever done anything.
No, that's
like
a lie.
Sleeping.
That's a big lie.
I've never recorded at this level.
Yeah, that's fine. At this level.
So I have no idea where this is going to go, and I'm
this
barely
going to
be able to. I might as well. Our breakup episode?
No, our breakout. We're going to get a Peabody Award for this one.
Oh, I love that. But just straight off the bat, we're burning Michelle. Cherry Blossom Dream. It's the most Barbie moment
Obviously.
I could think of.
It's so Barbie.
Because we're doing catch up, and we also just saw Barbie, so we're just gonna talk about Barbie. But this candle smells literally like Love Spell from Victoria's Secret, like the body spray that we all grew up loving or loathing. Either way, this is
it's
polarizing. It's because it's too much.
Yeah, it's a lot
in a way, which I kind of like about it. But this is taken back and made with more natural smelling ingredients.
Yeah.
So it smells absolutely luxurious. Somebody else made a review and said this is the luxurious version of your childhood's body sprays. And it is, and it's so good.
It's learning recently that both of us are having autism traits.
Yes.
I am more I recognize more that our senses really are way more sensitive.
Yes.
Than most people. Yes. We really do see
we're
smell.
fussy,
so,
and that's not what we're not fussy. Actually, we just are noticing things.
We're justifiably fussy for what we're experiencing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of input and output.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of stimulation.
Right.
So, when you say all of our candles have that vibe. They're very, very specific.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And they all have this clean kind of
yes.
real, I don't know, it's
I think that there's something that I really
them.
appreciate about the Candle Coven too, and they'll leave it in reviews and stuff where it's Bijou does it again, it's taking something nostalgic and making it really good. And we have this ability to take something that you might not understand or get on paper, but then you get it and you're this is so
that
yes, but and nicely done.
Yeah.
You know when you smell candles and it'll be beach time and you have no idea what it's gonna smell like. It could smell like
beach time.
Ooh,
T-I-M-E.
T-I or T-H-Y. No, time I would like.
Time I can get into.
But
beach. That was so funny to me.
But anyways, I feel with our candles, if you read the ingredients, it's literally the most pure form of that. A eucalyptus. Think of what eucalyptus real. It's just artisanal blends, luxurious blends. I just think the way that we do it, obviously it's to my palate, but I think a lot of people agree.
You got a good palate.
I like the things I smell. I do think we dress kind of Barbie-like now that I realize.
I mean, that was on purpose.
Oh, yours was?
Yeah.
Mine was absolutely not.
It wasn't?
No.
That's so funny.
I swear to God. I was just whatever.
I feel like you saw what I wore and you're pink.
Maybe. We always subconsciously match. Sometimes we go looking I don't even know, a boy
the
band.
Backstreet Boys?
We're
literally
outfits,
M2M.
Our outfits are always coordinated.
And I'm always carrying a guitar, so it doesn't help.
Till you're back here, baby.
Mirror, mirror, hanging on the wall. I actually said that I wanted to start a Corrs cover band with your sister and her partner.
Yes.
Because he's also a musician.
Yes. I'm not kidding. Yes. I say yes.
Especially because the Corrs are known first as Sisters with Sweet Baby Blues, second as a band.
I got part of that done.
And I like married into this family of sisters with sweet baby blues.
Yes, you did.
So like, hello, the Corrs.
I think we got it.
Come on.
You guys, should we start a Corrs cover band? What would we call
it?
The
Doors.
DORRS. The Doors. It's funny.
That's so funny.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, that's so good.
The Doors, the Corrs cover band. That's fucking dumb.
And, you know, it's justified too because our last name is Drew.
Yes, our last name is Drew. So it's sort of like I love it. The Doors. That's so stupid.
I know, right?
Oh, I love that.
So you wanted to chat Barbie? Oh my god.
Oh my god. Molly, please.
This is not
we
the
don't
fantasy.
need to reveal the existence of aliens right now.
Yeah. Did you want to talk about that? Like, I love how Barbie is a higher priority than the existence of aliens.
I'm like, what I'm doing is I'm pushing off the Barbie of it all because I just like once I get there, I don't think I'll be able to leave.
Okay.
Once I get on rollerblades, that's how it starts.
The first step is always rollerblades.
Right.
Do you even understand how hype like a rollerblading plot point in a movie in the year 2023?
Right.
It's up to me?
No, and those are nice rollerblades.
They're Impalas.
Right.
Those are custom though, because like when you look, they're like spray painted. But they like released Barbie ones, I think.
Wow. The costume department on that movie really snapped. Wait, what were we going to talk about before we got into
aliens?
Barbie? Oh yeah, so they revealed something. Basically, non-human materials were involved in unidentified
UAP
APs.
Are you down with UAP?
You know me. You know.
Mm-hmm. I haven't gotten my UAP shot this year. Am I fucked?
I might just drop out and get my UAP.
I got a 12,000 on my UAPs.
That's so high.
I know. It was high. Highest in my family. Family. Sorry, Molly's redecorating the entire office in the set.
I don't understand. I don't understand. She never does
the
this.
Audacity.
You know what she's been doing to me today?
What?
When I was getting ready earlier, I was like looking in a mirror doing my makeup that faces the guest room.
Yeah.
And God, she's weird. And the whole time Molly decided to just like explore the guest room that she has full access to all of the time.
Mm-hmm.
That she pays.
She just realized it happened.
Yeah, she like,
just got the
all
skeleton
of a sudden
key.
she was like, I can go in this room. And so I'm like sitting there watching her. She was going under the chair. She was trying to go under the bed. She moved a chair. We have like this floor pillow and she moved it.
Yeah.
I think she's like telling me she doesn't like my decorating scheme.
Oh, and now because she's doing it in here.
Look at this. She's like disinterested.
She wanted out of that decorating scheme.
She wanted out of that decorating scheme.
Maybe it's keeping her alive because now she has the motivation to get us out of this apparently disgusting hellhole we live in.
Oh my god. Like she can be like super shady in that way.
Yeah, she's like a big time Sophia.
I love her so much.
Yeah, she's
Did
great.
I say that already in this podcast? Mm-hmm. All right. I can't beat around the bush. I have to talk about Barbie.
Bush? Yeah. Oh, so no, aliens are just done.
I can't talk about aliens. I don't. Here's the thing about the aliens, you guys. Like, yeah, okay.
But how though?
But also, yes.
But how though?
And also, but like, why are you telling me now?
Like, we all kind of knew this, like, was true.
Yes, like, it's,
We've all seen Contact.
And yeah, exactly. We've all watched TikTok.
I know. Like, my dad saw one in Florida.
Yeah, remember
that?
Literally, he did.
Wait, did we tell the story? It was just so funny.
No, please, by all means.
We were in Florida, like, last summer for my birthday.
Yeah.
And my dad had just gotten shoulder surgery. So he was, like, taking these CBD gummies that we got for him that were, like, to help, heal with pain.
Yes.
And
he was like, I've never taken a CBD gummy.
Yeah, classic. But he finally took one. And then I think he actually took two because he was like, give me another one. You know how he is.
Yeah.
He's like,
if it's going to work, I want it to work.
Yeah. So then he like takes these gummies and then decides to take the dog out for a walk.
On like a night walk.
On a night walk. And he comes back inside and he's like, you will not believe what I just saw outside. And we're like, what? And he was like, there was this big orange light. And it was like talking about how this like orange
He basically was like, I saw a UFO. Was the long and short of it.
And we're like, cool.
We're like, okay, Mr. Gummies.
Yeah, that's like, how funny is that? And then literally like 2 hours later, we're like watching TikTok. And someone had posted a video of like literally what my dad described.
In the same area.
In like the same, like, it was like
it was really
Arizona
close.
or something. And like we showed it to him, he was like, "This is what I saw." He like lost his mind.
It was real.
Yeah, it was real.
Because of course we were all like, "Sure, you did."
I mean, I just think it's so funny to take a gummy for the first time
and then go outside and you
see
say
a UFO. Yeah,
it's
like
that's
that happened that fast. For
that's
you.
very his vibes. And I love that for him.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna do the gummies right.
He manifested that
the
UFO.
veil was thin.
It was.
Okay. Yeah.
He went on that walk for a reason.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to.
He literally like summoned that UFO.
He summoned it from another dimension.
With his butthole.
It is the butthole.
It's the butthole.
I've been saying this. I think we're doing everything wrong. It should be way more butthole focused.
You know, like we were talking because we watched that Netflix thing about the Naledi.
Yes, Homo Naledi,
which is really cool. If
they
you guys
basically
should watch it.
it's on Netflix. It's about
like
this,
the cave, something about
the secret cave.
Yeah,
secrets?
basically they found like a burial site basically from like 300,000 years ago.
I love the way you say burial.
Bury. How do you say it?
Burial.
Like berries and cream.
Yeah, I say berry.
Who's right here, everyone?
This is a question.
Is there a right or wrong?
I know. I'm not
right
saying that I'm right or wrong.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
just
right.
saying
You just
that
say it different.
it's different. You say bury.
So if I were from like Leeds, I would be like burial. Bury. I'm from Essex vibes.
Bury. Yeah, I say bury. Burial
Burial
grounds. Yeah.
Burial.
I'm from
The rest of this
Massachusetts.
podcast
I'm
is
not
saying
positive that I'm going to be giving you the correct
answer.
Answers over here.
Barbie.
Back to Bobby's.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I absolutely loved it.
I was just saying something about like that fucking Naledi shit.
Yeah, help me out. I'm high as a kite. Oh yeah, Homo Naledi.
What was my point?
How funny is going back and forth between talking about the discovery of an ancient species of Homo hominids? They're basically existed
pre-Neanderthal
300,000 years ago, but they're like sort of in between like the evolution of man. They're like one of the species of
Homo sapien.
Homo sapiens.
Pre-Homo sapien.
Yes. And it's like a huge discovery because they basically found out. Do I give away what they find out?
No, watch it.
Yeah.
Don't give it away.
Go watch it. I think it's
really cool.
It's
but
magical.
My point is like around those times and like even, you know, the animals that we are very closely related to, the apes.
Yes.
They're always about showing that butthole.
You're so right.
I feel like they talked with them. I feel like they're like mouths. I feel like people use them to communicate.
Okay, wait.
They're always out.
So like I saw this thing and it was basically like showing like how if you erase information from like history and what's taught that like it could be gone within like this amount of time and like we would never know it existed because it was talking about how bad it is to erase things in education obviously with what's going on in Florida namely, but I was thinking, I was like, what have they so it's easily, even before we were able to have all these records and everything with like, you know, digital records, it's harder to hide things now from the future. But like, what have they hidden from us that we used to be or that we used to be able to do?
Yeah, like they've definitely given us a narrative.
Right,
of, like,
and I know it's like we're like being hyper buttholic by talking about buttholes all the time, but like, just like, you know, for conjecture purposes, what if we did talk from our buttholes?
It's literally like how they, like, dinosaurs could have been covered in feathers and we'll never know.
Like, everything is conjecture. Like, even watching this documentary about this new species of peoples?
Yeah.
I don't even know what you would call them, but...
Pre-peoples?
Early prehistoric human hominids.
Sure.
Homos.
Homos.
Yeah, everything that they kind of come up with is like basically putting archaeologists are like kind of like crime scene investigators in a way. Like they're like putting it back and they're like, if this means this because of what we know about this. So it's like it is like very like if this then that logic that they have to use. And because of that, like they're able to say like we believe this, this, and this. But it's really just all hypothesis. Like, it's not necessarily, like, we're not definitive.
Like, how high is the burden of proof here? Like, they'll find...
With everything we know.
like, it really is all conjecture. Like, you watch something like this, and it's like...
This is
this one is buried this way.
Whatever you like.
So, like, they're deducing something. Like, the probability is probably, like, 75%.
Right.
Like, there's obviously, like, a chance there could be, like, an outlier like we
Exactly.
it could be something we like us current humans do not even can't even fathom.
They're like, well, you don't understand at the time is the reason that their heads were small was because there was a creature that was around that used to come and pinch your heads. So then their heads evolved to be smaller.
Prehistoric head pinchers.
Exactly.
Yeah, you never want to encounter those.
If you can think it, you can manifest it.
Speaking of, there's a black widow outside of our apartment.
Oh my
that we've
God,
been dealing
you
with.
guys. I'm 99% sure we have a black widow outside our apartment.
Yeah, she just like lives outside our apartment.
Her name is Svetlana. We've gone from fearing her to now worshiping her.
It happened so fast.
It came on so quickly. Everyone reached Charlotte's Open. They're like, all right, sure.
I know, right?
And then you get one and you're like, you know what? I am her slave.
Yeah, you're like, she's all powerful.
Yes,
she has complete control over me.
Yep. Her name is Svetlana Webovic.
Yeah.
AKA the Black Widow. AKA the Red Death. I love her.
She's so fierce.
So
she serves constantly.
We saw her in an evening. She's hanging right in like the corner of our doorway. Not like our immediate door. Like imagine like a front door, a little alcove, and then like that way we have a bit of an alcove space between her and us. So it's, she's not quite close.
She's like
to
in a different
any,
suite.
Yeah, she's not quite close to any openings of our homes. Regardless, she seems quite respectful of her space and our space.
Yeah, she like never moves from her spot unless she during the day she like goes away.
She literally goes away in the day and then comes out at night, and then she is like black ass spider with a big butt and a red dot on it.
Yeah, and she just like chills out there all night,
and
like
last
collecting
night,
flies.
Alaina went out and she was low, and when Alaina opened the door, she went up.
I got so scared. I got so scared.
So yeah, we told our building manager, we were like, I think we have a black widow, and it's like so hard to catch them because they're nocturnal.
Scary.
And so we saw her, we were like, yeah, you know what? Don't worry about it. I think it's okay. I'm scared to do anything.
I don't want to agitate her.
I know. Guys, what do you do if you have a supposed black widow?
I'm like a 99.9. I tried to get a picture, but I literally could not get close enough.
I'm going to try and get a
too scared
picture.
of
I'm
her.
going to have to be brave. And
no, don't. Please don't.
What? Like, she's not going to jump.
I don't know what these bitches
you
are capable of.
You want to know what thought I had? Like, this is
what if she shoots something at you?
This is the kind of shit that I think about. I thought about going out and taking a picture of her with like my 3x camera or whatever, and I was like, what if the camera lens freaks out like her spider eyes?
You've seen that, right?
No.
That's a thing.
Okay.
There's like literally there's a video of a spider under a glass, and someone has like an iPhone camera and is like zooming, like touching it to focus on the spider, and you can see it at the same time. It's like beside it.
Yes.
And the spider is like responding to it.
Yeah. See, I had a feeling.
Yeah.
I thought about all like the eyes of it, and I was like, that feels like camera
lenses. That's like real. That's real.
And I bet I'll agitate it if I do.
You're clever. You're like a survivor.
Oh my God.
She's a survivor. She's not gonna give up.
So you mean like these anxieties that I have are just like old, like ancient human instincts?
Yeah, I actually think you'd be like so good on Alone if you could like tolerate it.
Right though,
you'd become like so despondent.
I would be. The decompression period of me coming back from Alone would be years. I would have to win or nothing.
Oh yeah, you would have to win.
It's all or
you
nothing.
would live that. You would live out there.
Yeah, I would.
You'd become like an Alone witch.
Here's the thing about me too.
That's like the prequel to The Witch.
What? The Alone Witch?
Alone.
Yeah, it is. It is. She found like a wormhole in the woods. Wait, what was I saying about her?
Something about you. Sandwiches?
Something about her sandwiches?
What were you saying?
I don't remember.
Alone. Something about being on Alone. If you were on Alone.
I don't remember. It wasn't that good of a thought, I guess. It'll come back.
Okay.
Speaking of emotional support tissue, I can't believe that I'm the one with the sinus problem this week. It's usually you.
Yeah. I've been like, I've been okay with the sinuses.
You've been keeping it at bay.
It's the facial steamer.
We got a facial steamer, you guys, and it's literally the best thing.
We've had it for actually a really long time.
And we just started using it.
You know when you like buy a bunch of shit and you like never open any of it?
Yeah, you know when you go on like TikTok and it's like, this is the Amazon thing for $20 that you absolutely have to get.
The second that TikTok shop opened, like literally every post is like, on my Amazon storefront, you can find this squeegee that's different from other squeegees. And you're like,
I know, it's a lot. But then there's a part of me that's like,
I do love it. I'll watch
one click,
fucking shit all day long.
One click away.
What kind of TikToks really get you? Like, can you get into a K-hole of?
I can like accidentally start watching a lot of like makeup TikToks. Like I'll just like watch people.
What version? Because there's like the get ready with me. There's like the voiceover. There's the Michaelas of the world.
It just depends on the vibe. It really does.
I like that Get Ready With Me girl.
I know, but I can't think of her username, and it's the same
because
girl
it never says it. I
don't
even know what it is. It's like something girl.
She's great.
She does her makeup, and she's like a model or something.
Yeah, she's always getting
and
ready
she
to
always
go
has
out.
a Swiss flag behind her.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I remember.
Yep, she's so good.
Hers are fun.
Yeah, I get lost in those a lot. What about you?
Car detailing.
Absolutely.
Hours and hours of car detailing.
Speaking of car detailing, I want to talk about Barbie again.
Right. Thank God.
Barbie, remember?
Yes.
Yes, so we went to see it yesterday. We did laugh, we did cry. It was so funny.
Yeah, tell me, what's your takeaway? Give it to me.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
I felt myself like wanting to like be like, woo! Like a few times. I just thought it was really good. And I got what they were saying.
Yeah.
I was like, I see what you're doing here, Greta.
Yeah.
And her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Who is also famous, but let's just give it up to
I'm
Greta
just
today.
gonna give it to her. I don't.
Yeah.
He's like I said, is this a Melissa McCarthy moment? Like,
no, it's fine. I think he's a respected director person as well. So, but whatever.
I don't really watch his stuff.
Obsessed with her like take on this, and there was just so many things. Like it touched you in like a nostalgic way. It made you feel really seen because it was like, yeah, remember this?
Yeah,
remember this thing? Like when the ambulance turned into like the little hospital beds. I was like, that's such a Barbie vibe. Like that, and it's like it's such a nod to like the culture of like toy culture and like
each frame of this movie could be studied.
Absolutely. And I can't wait to watch it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it like a billion times. This is like to me, this is our new Clueless. Like this is the monoculture moment that we have where everyone understands the references, everyone gets the finally we have a movie that has a point of view fashion-wise.
Right.
In terms of just like aesthetics.
It was
like
so cute. It was cute.
Yeah, this is I mean, finally we have like colors. I realize I only watch shows with like bright colors like this. It looks just like Love Island. It looks like RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah, I need colors too. If it's good for your brain.
Yeah. Because
like if you can see them, just look at them.
Right? Don't they like vibrate at a higher?
Yeah, like give me some vibrations. Yeah. I like all of it. De colores, de colores. What?
It always, you know what De Colores always sounds like to me?
What?
Seventh Heaven.
Oh, it does.
Seventh Heaven. That was like too high. Seventh Heaven. Happy faces.
Seventh Heaven is one of the most unhinged shows that's ever been on television.
Like who fucking? I feel like they greenlit that and just like let it run. Like no one paid attention to it.
Like just auto renew. Everything just like
they just
autoed.
like let them do whatever they want and like no one checked in on it.
Like you guys are telling me AI is coming out now?
Not for Seventh Heaven.
Yeah, because that feels like AI wrote that.
It did, and like the Duggars were like the reference.
Oh my god.
Back to Barbie. Yeah, I have like so many thoughts about Barbie.
Do you want to say something and I'll just see what you're saying? Because
Sure.
I have too many thoughts.
I have too many thoughts. Like it had so many ideas.
Let's talk. I want to talk about. You know what?
We're gonna spoil Barbie if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, we're gonna spoil Barbie. We're good. This is coming out a couple weeks. I think like a week and a half after. So hopefully people have seen it. But yeah, Ryan Gosling was phenomenal.
Yeah, like they hyped up his performance and he like lived up to it.
Great.
He's great.
And I thought that Margot Robbie was phenomenal.
She's like a good actor.
Wasn't she cute?
She really was.
She was such a precious Barbie.
She was a precious Barbie.
Oh my god, the whole thing.
Everyone
like,
was
really
cute. That was
me.
Another thing about it too. Was like everyone was cute.
Everyone was like them, very giving authentic. It was cute.
Yeah, like hilariously. Yeah,
that's kind of the point though, because they each have to play
like,
their part
the brightest version of themselves.
Really, the juxtaposition of like the point of you know. I mean, they showed you everything. They basically showed you how the patriarchy serves no one.
I have to say that I think it did say things more than I thought it would.
Yeah,
like
it really
I was
did.
Pleasantly surprised with like how
I felt
blatant
satisfied
it was.
by that. I felt satisfied by she really thank you.
And
drive that point
it's,
home.
It's like a rare thing to feel satisfied by a movie as a woman. And the only other time I have felt that way is Showgirls.
I love that.
So this is Barbie is Showgirls too.
Oh,
Barbie is Nomi Malone.
Different places. I mean, I feel like that the way that Nomi Malone enters and exits Vegas does feel like she goes to another dimension.
Like, right?
Wherever she comes from.
It's
literally called, like, Different Places World.
Yeah.
And it's just a bunch of people being like,
like, sex fighting.
Yes, sex fighting. I do find Greta Gerwig does give me some satisfying girl moments. Like, her Little Women, to me, was very satisfying.
Yeah, I like that movie, too.
Yeah, I found Barbie very satisfying. I feel like it said a lot of things. The America Ferrera speech where she like
speeches.
There was like that one particular speech where she like really hypes everybody up.
Yeah.
And I was like, like, you know, like lump in my throat.
Yeah, like thank you. It's like slow clap after
it's
slow
just like
clap.
When people are just like saying the truth.
Yeah.
And it was so nice to see, and the fact that so many people saw it.
Yeah.
And, like, it is like a monoculture moment. Like,
it's pretty incredible.
It's really cool.
Like, it's exciting because like
it's cool.
I can't imagine. I wonder what guys feel like watching this movie.
It's so funny because I listened to some podcasts with queer male hosts.
Yeah.
And it's not quite. It doesn't like hit the same. Like, all the girls I know who have seen it are like fucking obsessed with it.
Yeah.
But like for them, like some of them were like, I'm not quite sure. It had to sit with me. I do love it though, but I had to like think about it. And like I get that. I mean, it really
doesn't happen
is,
to them.
Well, exactly. Like I get it. Like, this is really from showing our perspective by showing these different perspectives. But it also shows how that's what I liked about the movie is that, of course, it's kind of like showing patriarchy. Like, that Barbie's like sort of, it says so much about the patriarchy.
It says so much about capitalism, the patriarchy. It's like, it's so relevant.
Exactly.
It is so relevant.
When I say the patriarchy, I include capitalism like in the umbrella of that, or you can put capitalism on top of patriarchy because it's like a way to like run a society.
They're almost like intertwined.
Yeah, at this point. Yeah, it's
know?
like parasitic, like whatever. But
it's like hierarchical systems and like whoever
that all work together to keep a ruling class and oppress the mass. That's it.
Right.
Anyways, that's what Barbie's talking about. Like,
no, like legit is. But like, but that's true about Barbie in general.
Yes.
Like Greta's right. You can really take this cultural like phenomenon that is Barbie for decades, and like extrapolate so many ideas from just her very existence. You know.
Exactly.
And I think that she did such an amazing job. Like, it's so perfectly woven with humor, and like she'll have moments where one of the Barbies will say something so profoundly eloquent, like that. It's like it sounds like it's from like a philosophy book. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then they'll just like shoot some like beach. Like, how funny is like that whole beach thing? It's so funny.
The concept of beach.
Yeah.
And like it's not, so good.
It's not just about, sorry to keep talking.
No, please keep talking.
It's not just about like patriarchy and matriarchy and like gender roles, all blah, blah, blah. Right. It's also touches upon the idea of the fact that we are playing these roles, right?
Exactly.
Like playing Barbie. We're playing Barbie with our own damn selves. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And like that we are Barbie.
And like the fact that they kind of showed you in a way where it's like you're all being played by somebody. There is like a spirituality.
It's so interesting, like the membrane between the two worlds, like the space-time continuum
like, your
type
higher
shit.
self is your truth.
Jocelyn, the UAPs are Barbies coming to the real world.
Yeah, that's what they are.
That's what they are.
Write that down. Write that down.
Write that down. Mark my words. It's Barbies.
Yeah, no, this movie was saying a lot. It was smart.
Yeah.
These two people sat down and they were like, we got a great idea.
They're like, we both have liberal arts degrees. Let's use them.
And they did.
Yeah.
The thesis statement was proven.
Yeah.
It was so cutely done and
it was great.
Clever. There was so much fun Barbie culture.
Even like just the drinking and like the brushing of the hair.
Of that stuff, like the details. Like, can I just say like that this movie to me is exactly like what we mean in this podcast.
Right.
It's like using popular culture to show what that means about humanity, about people, about society at large, about the systems we have in place.
Just our existence as humans. What does this mean? Living. What are we doing here? Like, like when she was like, being a human, like at the end, she's like, being a human is like very painful and difficult. And like people will sometimes create things like patriarchy because they think it makes it easier. And it's like, we don't have to keep doing this shit. You know, we can take a step back and like re-examine shit.
Yeah.
Like Molly did. Move those chairs around.
Yeah,
girl.
she was like, look at this room.
Yeah.
2 chairs on the same side? I don't think so.
Was this Paula?
Yeah, she was like, I don't think so.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. And something that else that it makes me think about too is like how we deliver these messages to men.
Yes.
Because I have these two inner voices that fight about how to do that. Like when I interact with men, because like my instinct is to be kind of like standoffish. Like I don't necessarily like interacting with men very much. Because like,
yeah.
Well, like men I don't know.
It's so funny that you say that about men because, you know, when you do, you have like a nice way of interacting with them.
That's like, okay, here's what I'm gonna say is because like, I have this like dueling thought process. Like I don't know which one wins out of like that you treat them with disdain. They deserve to be like, you don't owe them anything. Like treat them how just what you want. Like just be however you want. Don't put on a show for them because like you want to be nice. Like that type of thing. And then also a part of me that like does want to treat them with the kid gloves that I know they need. Just so we can achieve a higher goal together. And it's like, do I sacrifice my own comfort in a way, or my own instinct to like help these men navigate these things? Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it's like if you've gone through the majority of your life with society treating you one way and then watching the society sort of wake up to a place where there's more equality and like you don't get treated with kid gloves or, you know, with
you face consequences for your actions.
Exactly. So it's you actually notice it a lot when society is changing because that's when the conflict starts to happen. So I guess that's why we're hearing a lot of noise about stuff, because there's movement happening. So that's interesting.
And I think the Barbie movie was so interesting in that aspect because like when they do like the way that they all decide to like retake over Barbie Land is so clever. It's like so smart how they wrote it. Like
I know.
And even like the way they handle the Kens and delivering these things to them, like and like retaking things back, or like they're kind of giving them like soft landings.
They
and
are.
Like, do we want to do that? Like, am I? That's like the kind of thing that I like negotiate with myself. I'm like,
so you're saying that it's like is an effective tactic is to like kind of for like the most broad terms is to like translate it to their language.
Yeah, I guess. Like, it's more like work for me, but like, is it for greater good?
There
you
was
know what
something
I mean?
like the portrayal of Ken really showcased that he's like very sensitive. He just wants to be liked. He just wants to be appreciated, like whatever.
Yeah.
He's like a baby, like a sweet little baby.
But I have to say about men though, I find that in our society, like a lot of men's clout, for lack of better words, or like their competition with each other, whoever comes out on top often is determined by who gets the most female attention. So like a lot of male politics within their own bullshit has to do with how we observe them, how they're perceived by us. Like it's the female gaze. It's like, what do they do when they don't consider what we're thinking, when we give them social clout within their own system.
Because like, and well, another thing that's really interesting too is like we're still so objectified though, because I mean that makes us so objectified because it's like, which one did you get?
Exactly.
Which kind did you get?
Yeah,
which
like we're like
one
cars.
did you get? Yes.
Or
guns.
But like the Kens really show that.
Yes, they do. I mean, literally using a Barbie, an object, to showcase, like, it's right there. Like, it's so perfect.
But like in the Barbie perfect world, the Kens are objectified. It's such an interesting dynamic because like it's still that thing of like, well, Barbie wants to hang out with me. Like they still have that.
100. Where do the Kens sleep? I never thought about that.
Yeah.
See, like it shows exactly.
Interesting.
It shows both sides of it.
It's really good stuff.
I liked it a lot.
That's really good, and it like delivers it in this like such fun pink Barbie dream house. Like
delightful.
That's
jokes.
why I love it so much. It's like Megan said last week. It's like it means so much more when a message is delivered in like Miranda falling with her like bush out versus like some politician saying something.
I think so too. Like okay, like I've come through this like full circle thing, how I feel about arts and performing arts. Like I've had so many minds about art and everything because of my own trauma with arts. because I think I really enjoyed exploring performing and those kind of arts, and I went to school for that. But I think when it got capitalism wrapped up in it, and it had to, that like really takes the joy out of it. And I started to then be like, that's like, it feels like a stupid pursuit, and then it becomes like,
competitive,
right? And like
inherently,
oh yeah, like that's like the whole part of it. It's just like not. I mean, whatever. It's competitive. Like it becomes differently. It's like for your life. It's lip sync for your life.
Exactly.
So that's just like not what I think for me. I can't be like creative with capitalism like that too much, and especially with performing arts, because you put it's like your whole soul goes into it.
Yeah.
And like it's just for me, I couldn't. Didn't feel good. It made me feel really,
you don't want to like monetize something that you feel
that was
about
right.
like your soul.
But then because of that, I then didn't do it at all.
Yeah.
Because I was like hurt. I felt like it was discolored, or
it was
like
kind of like an open
it was
wound.
Messed up by it. Like, yeah, it was ruined by it. Like it was like I hated what it stood for and what it meant, and like went through like the whole like, do I even like this? Do I even like musical theater? Do I even like dancing? Do I even like that? And now I'm like coming back around and just being like, what about if I just do it for no reason, but just because I like to do it, and like really and truly trying to do that for nobody else, like not to prove anything to anybody, not to do anything for money, not to do anything to make anybody do anything, just for me. I'm like coming to this realization that like using arts is so healing.
Yeah.
And like how good it does feel to do it when you do that. Like taking ballet classes, which I just started doing for adults, and just for that reason is so healing, and I feel so much more joy.
Yeah.
So like the point of this is to say that's creation, and being creative is humanity.
Right.
And all of these things matter so much.
Should we play Barbie again?
Like, yes.
That's the thing. Like, should we continue playing Barbies as adults? That's why I like Love Island, because to me it feels like we're playing Barbies.
Yes. I get what you're saying. It's like not that you're like controlling people's lives, but like
no, but
it's very much like watching.
Like they're doing like Ken and Barbie stuff, and then we talk about what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, it's interesting. I wonder if there's like a place in which using Barbies for adults could be therapizing.
Absolutely.
Like,
I mean, this whole movie that's like what this movie's about.
Right. Like it basically was like I was playing with my Barbie for therapy, and then she came and helped me.
Yeah.
And then she helped her back.
Yeah.
And then she went to the gynecologist.
That was like such a funny touch. I really liked that.
It was just like,
because like you expect it to be like a job interview.
Right. And it's like,
no, I have to look out for my pussy first.
Gynecologist. Yeah. It's like, well, she's a real girl.
She got good advice.
She had to go get that done.
Yeah. How good were the costumes too?
Not that you have to have the gynecologist to be a real girl. I just wanted to specify that.
Nice.
What were you saying?
How good were the costumes? I loved their fucking Western things that they changed into.
Oh my god, the little like pink vest outfit.
Yeah.
She looked so cute in that. I want that.
Everyone was so great in it.
Just the color pink was the star.
It really was.
The color pink was serving pink.
Yeah, apparently they like ran out of pink in like the world because of the Barbie movie.
Wow. What does that mean?
Can you imagine if like you get like your next Pepto-Bismol and it's like gray?
What does that mean practically, that we ran out of pink?
Like, was it like the Beatles?
Like the pink? That's what I'm saying. Like, what is it? Is it vegan? Are colors not always?
No.
You guys, what is everything? Okay.
The podcast. Where are we?
That would like be the name of. I just had a podcast about myself. It would just be like, what is this? I'm sure that exists.
Yeah.
I catch myself like when Barbie has an existential crisis, I'm existential Barbie all day.
Right.
What is happening?
No, you are existential Barbie. Yeah, what Barbie are you?
The most existential ass Barbie.
You're like Lupel David Barbie.
Yes. Yep.
There's something wrong with Diane Barbie.
Anxiety clown marijuana Barbie.
Oh, nice. Doctor anxiety.
Dr. Marijuana Barbie. What's the Reverend Doctor?
The Reverend Doctor.
Wait, what's yours? What's your Barbie?
Are you hypermobility Barbie? She stretches.
She has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome.
I mean rollerblade Barbie.
Oh no, she rolled her ankle.
Wait, it doesn't hurt.
Oh, she has thalassemia. Her iron is low.
Wow, you're just like breaking all the HIPAA laws now, aren't you? I have high cholesterol too, if anyone's wondering. And endometriosis, for being honest.
Make sure you get her birth control. I mean, my Barbie is like, oh my God, she's on Prestige. She just went up on her dosage.
Right?
Now she's fun.
Are we twin flames, Barbie?
Twin flames Barbies. I love that. Get out of here, fucking Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, okay, guys.
You guys, stop. Twin flames don't fight each other like that.
They're really twisting around, aren't they?
Although, you know what? The concept of twin flames, like, be it as it may, in the movie Beef, those two are twin flames. That, to me, is, like, a perfect example of
in France, is it Boeuf? That show?
Boeuf, yeah. Le Boeuf.
Le Boeuf? Yeah, those two are soulmates.
Right?
Huh? Great show.
I just want to know, like, why... I totally forgot what I was going to say. Can you believe that?
It's just gone.
It was literally like, I was like, have you ever
Yeah, no,
wanted
legit.
to do anything?
Are we okay?
No, I'm fine.
It's the climb.
I do feel like there's astrologically a lot happening.
And it's like all in your uterus.
It feels like it. Sometimes that's just, you just get one of those periods. Am I right, ladies?
I stopped getting periods.
Good for you.
And that's my personal issue.
You know, you can just choose your own
I think periods
fantasy.
should be voluntary. I think they're, you know, if you don't have to, you shouldn't.
You know?
And I don't want to.
So don't.
So I'm not participating.
Fine, you can do whatever you want.
And I am. And everyone else should be able to as well if it doesn't hurt anyone else.
You can, you know the song, you can have whatever you like.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's true, yeah.
Just if you can dream it, be it. I'm having a...
That's my favorite quote.
This is like the part when you do leave Garth alone and he's like, I'm having a good time.
Now you're Garth, huh?
I'm just like, I'm honestly good. I'm feeling really happy and wonderful.
I like how you're holding the mic like you're singing a lounge song into it.
I am singing a lounge song. I'm feeling good. But I just have really bad cramps, and I also have like a sinus infection or something.
Something's going on.
You know, and it's like probably just allergies that are really bad, but it's happening to me, and it's hard to have consciousness with like physical pain and feeling and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's like the point,
be
though.
rooted in joy, so it's hard.
You gotta take it on as it being the point.
Yeah, so the point is just like,
look at me, I feel stuff.
Well, I don't like it.
Yeah.
A little too much.
Do you have anything else you want to say about Barbie? I feel like there's
I have
so
so
much
much
to
say
talk
Barbie.
about.
The Kate McKinnon entire trope was perfect for me.
Yeah.
I love the Weird Barbie. I felt like one with Weird Barbie.
Yeah,
we
were part
house
of that.
was like, that's my house. The dog was like pooping.
That was totally
for me.
She was like a Betsy Johnson.
She was like a Betsy Johnson, like lesbian dog Barbie, which I just like really liked.
Yeah, who like pooped everywhere. When she was like, can I be in sanitation? Like, that's so funny.
I loved that.
There should have been scissoring Barbies, though.
There should have been. I mean,
if people are playing with them, they're scissoring.
Right.
Just saying.
Like, also, like, what, you know, like those Barbies that, like, get in the bathtub? You know, like,
yeah.
And then their hair, like, melts together for some reason?
Yeah.
That's a thing.
There's a few of those. There should have been a Barbie that was just, like, naked.
Can I also just say, like, where was the Barbie whose head was wrong?
Right, that was just, like, slightly off.
Like, you know, like, once the ball that's, like, in there breaks, like, if you ever, like, you know, whatever, you can't get the head back on.
There should be a Barbie also with the face that's on the neck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, then it's just, like, pushed down.
No, but, like, no head, but, like, it's a face, like, drawn on the neck.
Oh, that's good.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
What's that character's name? Barbie.
Headless Barbie.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, that's like the Toy Story version of it, where it's like
there was a Toy Story-ness to this.
Kind of.
When she like got rid of the toys and stuff.
There's so many good Barbie things like throughout time. I think about this like Barbie birthday Epcot tape that I had that I've posted like some
Is that
clips
Barbie
of
Touch?
before. Yes.
Okay.
And it's like for her birthday, and at Epcot they had like a Barbie show, and it was called like Barbie's World, and you can find a clip of it on. I'll try and find a clip and post it.
It's so good.
And it's a musical, and it's just fucking incredible.
And like these two girls in the audience host it.
Yeah, they're like tweens, and they're like, "We're really here. We're really seeing Barbie. It's really happening. You're my best friend, Tiffany."
There's a song in this little special called "The Barbie Touch" that Jocelyn showed to me, and like, wait. The melody of it, is so menacing for no reason. Like, it's a great song.
You think
but
it's so
like
menacing?
For some reason, it's like a Radiohead song.
You're so funny.
So it goes, "You got the touch, do the Barbie touch. All you have to do is accessorize." Like, that is like accessorize.
Spooky.
Like, warn
You
me
got the
first.
touch.
Like, yeah, it's weird.
This is what this is for. The Barbie touch. You know who sings it?
Who?
Ken.
Ken does sing it. Ken sings it.
It's Ken.
Are there any like famous Kens? Like, who's a famous Ken actor besides like Ken Watanabe?
Ken.
And Kenny Loggins is another.
What's the name of the guy Ken from 30 Rock? Is his name Ken? Kenny? Kenneth?
But that's his name on the show.
Is that his real name?
No. It's not.
It might be.
It's Jack.
It's Jack. Breyer?
Mick Breyer.
No, there's no other Kens. Steakhouse. Dressing.
Did he take it? He like
Yeah.
copywrote it. No, is there really?
Can I
can't
just
think of a
quickly
famous
just say
Ken.
something really quickly?
Mhm.
The Ken's Parmesan peppercorn salad dressing is the best salad dressing in the world. It's the best one. Not the light, not the low.
That's quite a statement.
The Ken's Parmesan peppercorn dressing
from Ken's.
from Ken's.
In Framingham.
Yeah, it's like Natick, yeah.
Natick.
Right? Let me know.
We pass it going to the Natick collection.
It's you can get, it's bottled. It's
yeah, I know,
Ken's.
it's at the store.
It's but you know what? I can never really find it. I only find like the light version of it. I don't know
Yeah,
if they,
that's
like,
right.
make it. I don't think they make it anymore.
You have to go to the source.
It's literally so good.
Liquid gold, they call
And
it.
if I like it, it's probably like 800 calories for 2 tablespoons.
Right?
It's just like a
It's like a bowl
of
of mayonnaise.
cheese and mayonnaise.
Yeah. I like it. I like what you're doing with this mic.
I don't know.
Sam.
I don't know.
It's very 90s thriller.
Yeah, thank you. You got me like all thrilled up with those that
Thrilled up.
accessorize. You got the touch.
I know how to get Jocelyn going.
I love the Barbie touch.
Yeah. Isn't there another Barbie special that we watched?
I like the cartoon where it's the Barbie and friends.
Oh yeah, Best Friends.
Best friends. That's what we'll always be. Best friends. No one like you and me.
And they're like,
best friends. I'm gonna put that up because the song is good.
no, that's a good song. So many things
We like to do together. There is nothing that I wouldn't do with you. Oh, friends, we've always got each other. I don't know the words. Cause we stick like glue. It's not hard to explain that we're best friends. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
It's so good.
That's a good song. They're both good songs.
Wait, you guys, little story about that song. We tried to find like a good like high def recording of it because we only had a recording of it like from like a recording of a VHS of it.
Like on YouTube, yeah.
Because we wanted to play it at our wedding when our bridesmaids walked down the aisle.
Yeah, we did. We absolutely did.
And the DJ was like, we probably stressed that guy out because we had such specific things.
It was literally like we were like, can you put together this drag queen lip sync for us? Yeah.
It really wasn't. This is in like 2014.
Yeah.
So we're like, what it's gonna do is it's gonna go from this
Yeah.
into this, and then it's then Got to Be Real by Cheryl Lynn plays, and that's literally what happened.
Yeah, and then this from Clueless.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It was all that, and my mom was so in on it.
Yeah, she loved it.
She loved it. That was like very her thing too. But he was like, "What?
Yeah.
No one can hear this." And we were like, "Can you like?"
No? Yeah, it's literally like.
Yeah.
That's like what it sounds like.
I love your VHS impression. That like really, especially like the tinny sound of the tin. Rin tin tin.
But you played with Barbies as a child, right?
Listen up.
Babbies.
Something about me is that I'm way ahead of my time. And in 3rd grade, when I was in City Kids, which was an extracurricular called the Creative, Intelligent, Talented Youth Program, aka City Kids.
Gifted child syndrome.
It gave me so much anxiety that I wasn't allowed to do it the next year. My mom said no.
Poor Juice.
Because I was too stressed out.
Yeah.
But we had to do a trimester project, which was like a report on like any subject, like an info dump. Like we find one thing that we become like a little mini expert on and whatever.
Gotcha.
And I did mine on Barbie.
Yeah, you did.
In 3rd grade.
Barbara.
So watch out, Greta Gerwig. My trimester project is the source material for this movie.
Yeah, I wonder if she found it in the library at Marlboro.
I literally was watching the movie and I was like, Ruth Handler, the founder of the Mattel Toy Company and creator of Barbie, was tired of seeing her daughter play with dolls.
Yeah.
That's literally my speech.
I
from
love
3rd grade. I literally remember it.
That's incredible.
Indelible.
Jocelyn told me some of the other ones that people did, and they're so funny.
Oh, yeah. The projects that kids did for City Kids were all, it could be anything.
Yeah.
Ear candling.
That's incredible.
Gack.
Talk about ahead of your time.
Like slime.
Yeah.
Slime was ahead of its time. Yeah. Lisa Frank.
Ooh, that's a good one.
There was some,
That's a good one.
We learned a lot. I love to learn.
But
I didn't like to learn in a pressure. I literally couldn't handle.
Yeah, without like tests.
I'm such a perfectionist.
Learn, but I hate
was
being
really
tested.
sick. I was like I have issues with obsessive compulsive things.
Yeah.
Tendencies, and this is not just me being like I'm OCD. No, I'm talking about
but like
for real.
You can actually pull back on what you're saying a little bit with like what you're talking about with like the taking about like the arts again, right?
Right, the perfectionism.
Like you could literally apply that to learning in general. Like the way that like we do school is so weird to me. It's like,
I know. Why can't we be
the
seen to learn?
The stakes are so high, and like for a lot of people that doesn't work. Like we're not. It doesn't feel like a setup for us to actually like learn shit.
I never felt like I was given a space to like struggle and like figure it out.
Like how crazy is being like, okay, learn this. And then we're gonna like test you on it. And
like
your
immediately,
whole life depends on
like
it.
Immediately.
Yeah.
And people have so many different ways of learning.
Your whole life depends on whether or not you can take this test about all the things you're learning.
Like that
makes
crazy.
Me like when I'm learning it, I'm like, okay, so I have to remember all of this, and like, what am I gonna do? I have to write it down. Like, what's the best way for me to?
So all you're gonna get are a bunch of people that are really good at memorizing and regurgitating information.
Right.
Like which isn't necessarily a way of indicating all things.
Right.
That are good at. Invaluable for you to learn.
Like what if I'm good at like learning from a TV versus like I don't even know, like totally. Why can't I just like learn something just to learn it?
Right.
Why do I have to be tested?
You need to go to a Montessori style school.
I would love that. I would have loved that.
Right. I hear about all these different styles of school and I'm like, there's something to that.
Yeah. What's the like Hemingway? What's one?
I have no idea. Montessori. What's the other ones?
What's the one?
There's another one like that.
Walford.
Wilford.
Waldorf.
Waldorf. There she is.
The salad.
It's the salad. Yeah, so back to Barbie. Speaking of salad, like you said, all the cups and drinks and things. Like seeing her hold the mug. I remember like having a Barbie with a mug and it just like sliding over her hand.
And she was so funny, Margaret. Like the physical comedy was so funny. Like even when she like took the drink of the real water.
Yeah. I'm not used to that.
Like it's so funny.
She was so cute.
I liked Issa Rae a lot too. I like Issa Rae.
Oh my god,
I'm a big
so
Issa Rae
funny.
fan.
I think she was the only Barbie to say the F word, which I really loved.
Did she say motherfuckers?
Yeah, motherfuckers, and they put the Mattel, which is just everything was so cute. Like when the car flipped over and the puff of smoke was pink.
Yeah.
And when you they pulled away from the desert and all the rocks were pink.
Yeah,
I was
really
like,
good.
Ooh, it's such a good set design and like
it's like
took
so
you
many
there.
details.
Even loved the Will Ferrell character. It was like very stupid.
Yeah.
And then
so stupid.
It was so dumb.
There were so many lines that just like were so funny.
So funny. I can't wait to watch it again because I like missed so much because there was so much going on. But I was like truly like laughing and or crying.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Like when they first arrived in the real world in their like rollerblade outfits and like Barbie and like they're both
such good
like
outfits.
Experiencing the real world like
of
in their
this society, the gaze of this society.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Like
she's like, I feel scared.
And like she was like, there's an undertone of violence. And I'm like, that's what I need people to understand. Like women have this thing about being nice because there is an undertone of violence.
Right. We're like
yeah, that's what it is. Like
don't
forget that women's number one killer is men.
Men. These are facts, guys.
Like, why do you think we're obsessed with true crime?
Facts are not, you know what I mean? Like, feelings aren't facts. Only facts are facts. Like, I'm sorry if you, the gentlemen that are listening, if you haven't heard this before, but number one predator to women and killer of women is men.
And the chances of you getting murdered by a man go up like 100% when you're pregnant.
That's fucking insane.
It's like something crazy like that.
It's some statistic that's alarming. Yeah. You're being hyperbolic, but yeah, I know what you mean.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But like, that's what we're dealing with. Like, it's not just like for funsies. Like, women are out here fighting for our lives.
Right. Exactly.
And I love, like, we just saw this thing that T.S. Madison said.
Oh, wow. Yes.
And she was basically being like, as a trans woman, like, not being included in the umbrella term of women.
Right.
And she was basically saying that, like, I grew up my whole fucking life fighting men. Like
against women.
For, like, protecting women.
Right.
Because, like, I think some things that people say is, like, who's going
to protect women?
Yeah.
And she's like, I have been my whole life.
Yeah.
And it was, like, really quite a speech. And, like, that is so... Because at the heart of it, when you pull back, the trans issue, which is such a stupid thing to say, but it's all about misogyny.
Absolutely.
So what is misogyny? The hatred of women, feminine, anything that's not the white male patriarchal
strong
standard.
Penis, phallic.
Right. And that is why we are together.
Yes.
Of course we are. Because we are at the receiving end of misogyny.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying that's what define what a woman is, but that is, T.S. Madison is right.
Yeah.
Like, yes. We are all on the same side.
Absolutely.
So, that, I like to see that too.
Which is great that a trans Barbie was there. Not that she was a trans Barbie, but the actor is trans.
Yes. It was a great...
That was, like, really a good thing to do.
Exercise from... And this is from my perspective, but I thought, you know, yes, we didn't have any queer characters per se, although they did have some call-outs for those Kens, which I love.
Sugar daddy
And,
Ken.
like, in a way, like...
Those are the gay
Barbie
ones.
is queer culture as well.
Yes.
For sure. So we all know that. Like, many
Barbie
people...
was always there for the gays.
So many people found themselves through Barbie, be it whatever. So, but we were really exploring the concept of, like...
Gender.
Matriarchy v patriarchy in the binary that exists. So that was... But, yeah, I felt like there was a good amount of Barbie... inclusivity.
I do think that when you tackle the issues of patriarchy and misogyny, a lot of the LGBTQ issues fall under that. And I think
they of course do.
Yeah, I think that like it's a trickle down thing.
They belong to each other.
Yeah.
It's all connected.
Like think like why are gay men bashed? Because they're feminine? Hello.
Right.
Like no femmes, like you know.
Even within the internalized
there's so
misogyny
much internalized
and
misogyny.
homophobia. It's
I have so much internalized misogyny that I fight with all the time
because we're part of the culture of it. Yeah. How about when the America Ferrera and her daughter, she said it. She was like everyone hates women. Women hate women. Men hate women.
It.
That's what we do here. Everyone hates women. They pointed that out.
When she called Barbie a fascist, I lost my mind.
That was such a great speech.
It was so funny. Yeah, and she's right.
It was
true.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And I loved also the showcasing of the mother and daughter, this like generational kind of like mother-daughter trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and even going through like Ruth Handler, who invented it, named it her daughter after her daughter Barbara.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing is it's a lot of like mother-daughter trauma over and over again, but then like healing it. Yeah. And there's
so much mother-daughter trauma out there.
Because of we live in a world that's not conducive for that.
Like for a second, like it's crazy. It's painful to me when I think about the fact that I have lost my maternal lineage. Like
right,
the patriarchy means that the names that have been carried down are those of the men, right?
Right.
And like not the body in which I was grown.
Right.
And like that's painful for me that I can't trace my maternal lineage back.
You know, this is
And,
something
like,
I talk about all the time.
I need men to understand that. Like they have these inherent privileges in our society. Like just that alone.
Right.
Is like it's painful for us.
Right. That is so true. Like it's something I think about all the time. And you know, I talk about this all the time. Like whenever I'm like in a trying moment or going through something really hard, I think back to like the furthest back woman on my mother's side.
Yeah.
Like if I go, because the concept is when a baby girl is in utero, she actually is born with all the eggs that she'll ever have, which means that you lived inside your grandmother, who then lived inside your grandmother. So like we've always lived inside our mothers since the dawn of time. Yeah. Because, you know, matter is neither created nor destroyed. We live inside our mothers. Like it's pretty rad. Like you can like think about it like that, and it's very interesting. But like, what was I gonna say? I'm losing like the point of it.
Tracing back maternal lineage.
Oh, yes. But so whenever I'm like going through something, I'm always like, what would Pelagia think?
Yeah.
If she knew that like I got to live here and I got to have this and I get to have that, and like and I have like I think about all them and all their power, and I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be so cool if I would able to like find out more about her mother and her mother's mother and her mother's mother. Right. And like it is something I think about all the time. Yeah. Like there is something about it that is so sad to lose, to get lost in it. Yeah. As like it just doesn't seem right. It hurts me. It's something that hurts me. I feel, I mean, it's I feel it. Yeah. Totally. And this is like a personal thing. No, I have the same feeling. Yeah. And I think imagine how Black people feel. Yeah, exactly. So like it's, or anybody that's had their culture stolen from them. Right. Which I have to tell you, in a way, in a culture where, you know, there's pressures of like white supremacy, that is the loss of all cultures. Right. Too. So it's
like the culture of whiteness.
Yes. What is that? That's not like whiteness is not an ethnicity.
It's not a culture.
No.
Well, they've created it.
It's like a fucking fascist. Exactly. Guys, this is what happens. Barbie starts. They said fascist first, and here we are.
No, Barbie killed it.
Barbie said she said all the things.
There's no lie has been told in Barbie. It's intense. Yeah. It's actually so cool to see it. Like we're at the point now where we've been exploring movies from like the aughts and the 90s that like are showcasing things that they're sort of showing. They're showing. And Barbie, not only, she's like, all right, we're not showing anymore. It's not the 90s. Right. Right? We're telling. We're saying it.
We're telling. Yeah. And it was nice. It felt blatant. Cool to hear those words be said one after another.
Yeah, it was like the Fran Drescher speech. I was like, finally.
It feels good to hear that.
And
yes.
Like all these people are watching this movie.
That's what I'm saying.
So I read that the Barbie marketing budget was higher than the budget for the movie. Yeah. And like, okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm glad, because this message needs to spread.
Yes.
It's a good message.
And the fact that it's a female directed and written,
like, you know how, like, they unbrainwash them? Like, this movie could be doing that to a lot of women.
Wait, what was the unbrainwash?
Where they have to, you know, because, like, when the Kens took over and, like, all the Barbies became, like, bottle service girls, basically.
Yes.
And,
I like it.
Yeah. And they had to, like, remind, like, America Ferrera had to, like, do her speeches your 20s. To everyone. Right.
That's
how I watched Love Island, honestly.
Yes, that's like your 20s.
Can someone shake these girls and tell them
They'll
the
get
truth?
There. Yeah.
Please. You know? I'm like, turn against them. Yeah. Band together. Don't any of you date them. That's how I feel.
I know.
I'm like, women need to band together and stop dating these
We're
fucking
unionizing.
Men. Thank you.
We're unionizing.
Oh my God.
Y'all need to cut it out. I know. Stop covering for each other. Cut
it's
it
bad.
Out.
My God.
I need a sip of Coke.
I'm out.
You're out of Diet Coke?
I'm out of DC.
I'll give you some of my Coke.
You know, I think it's time to wrap this up, maybe.
Okay, Barbie.
But thank you. Thanks, Barbie.
Thanks, Barbie. You guys, this has been...
We didn't even talk about the aliens.
We don't need to talk about the aliens. You already know we have aliens.
Wait, how crazy is it, though, is that we
Alaina, this are
arguing about pronouns and there's aliens.
Yeah. Oh, like, guys, come on. At this point, it's like language semantics.
Let's ban books, but there's aliens.
Yeah. What you want to forget? I think there's more to learn.
Like, holy fucking shit, there's aliens. What does that mean? Do you know what that means? That means that something out there can travel faster than the speed of light.
That's exactly right.
We have never had that. That's like breaks material science.
If Okay, we'll say this quickly. We'll address the aliens, and then we'll get off to it. Let you guys enjoy your Fridays. But this is what we're gonna say. If the non-human material that was found in these UAP crash sites is of alien origin, which is what this is, basically the whistleblower is whistleblowing. That do mean that somebody or something can travel faster than the speed of light. Which is the thing that we know to be as the fastest thing that we know. Is that, like, how would that even be? Like, did they discover wormholes? Like, how?
Right? It would have to be some sort of wormhole.
What about interdimensional travel?
What does that mean, though?
I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
Like a 2D...
I don't think...
I'm just kidding. I don't know, you guys.
Like a paper airplane is like flying.
Like, what would that mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, you guys, I'm extremely curious, but I also don't know a lot. I'm trying to figure out. That's why we're constantly looking for knowledge. I want to know so many more.
I know. I'm trying so hard to understand this fucking space shit.
Because from what I understand, if we do physically, like, to find us in this time and in this space, because we are traveling through, not only are we traveling around the sun, we're traveling through space as like a solar system. So, like, for anything to get to us is so almost impossible.
No, it's like physically impossible.
So, like,
it's like the Fermi paradox of, like, the scale of everything. First of all, there's like billions and billions of stars that are just like the sun.
Yeah.
So, like, the probability of there being an Earth-like planet out there with intelligent life is very high.
Right.
But the question is the space.
Right.
That's the point. Is, like, it's too far.
Right.
For them to get anything to us unless they can travel faster than light. Or they have found some sort of breakdown in matter and there's a wormhole.
Yes. Comment below, please.
Right?
Tell me everything you guys know about this. Let's chat about aliens. It's like my favorite thing to kind of talk about.
Because, like, either way, that's, like, crazy either way.
Right. No, it's truly insane. And really exciting.
That means, like, material physics as we know it.
That's exciting.
Wow.
That's cool.
But my pronouns... I'm not going to say your pronouns as you asked me to say.
Oh, yeah. Can we just, like, everybody... Then, you know what? Don't talk to anybody.
Right? Go home. No one wants to talk to you if you're going to be an asshole.
Right? Just be nice.
Right?
Be nice to each other.
God.
Please.
Aliens.
Put me to bed. I'm gonna go.
Foster.
I think I'm gonna order us pizza.
Ooh.
And go walk Molly. And you guys, thank you for tuning in and following along on this Barbie, aka High as a Kite journey.
Yeah.
I have no idea what we talked about. But we'll be back next week, and we do have a campfire next week.
Yeah.
That is very fun.
It's a good one.
And yeah, leave us all the things, 5 stars, email us, podcast@bijoukandles.com, and we will be back next week. Love you, Candle Coven.
Bye.